Welcome, sis. Take a deep breath, leave the noise of the world outside, and pull up a chair. I'm so glad you are right here with us today. Have you ever found yourself smiling on the outside while carrying a heavy, unspoken burden in your heart that nobody else even knows about? It is exhausting to hold everything together for everyone else while your own soul feels like it is quietly breaking apart in the dark. You pray, you show up, and you serve, yet the loneliness feels like an anchor dragging you down into a deep ocean of silent tears. But I want to remind you right now that your hidden pain is not invisible to the one who created your beautiful, resilient heart. There are mornings when waking up feels like a monumental task because the emotional weight from yesterday is still resting heavily upon your shoulders. You walk through crowded spaces, laughing and chatting, yet an invisible wall keeps you separated from the world, trapped inside your own private valley. You wonder if anyone would actually understand if you finally chose to open up and share the messy, unpolished reality of your current struggle. The enemy whispers that you are entirely alone, that your faith is too weak, and that this painful season will simply never come to an end. So you cry in the safety of your car, letting the tears fall freely where no human eyes can judge your sudden, overwhelming vulnerability. You ask God why the road must be this narrow and why the answers you have been desperately fasting for seem so far out of reach. It feels like a testing ground where your strength is depleted and the silence from heaven feels louder than the actual storms raging around you. You remember the girl who used to dream so easily, and you wonder how she became so covered in the dust of disappointment and hidden grief. The pressure to look perfect as a Christian woman can feel like a heavy cage, locking your true heart away from genuine community and comfort. You have spent so much time pouring into others, fixing their broken pieces, that you have forgotten how it feels to be poured into yourself. You feel like an empty vessel, wondering if God can still use someone who feels so thoroughly spent and fractured by life's heavy demands. The darkness tries to convince you that this hiddenness is a punishment, a sign that you have somehow stepped outside of His divine favor. But secrets lose their power when they are brought into the presence of the King, who specializes in holding the broken pieces of our lives. Your tears are not a sign of a lack of faith. They are simply the evidence that you have been carrying too much for too long. God is inviting you to lay down the exhausting armor of self-sufficiency and finally allow Him to be your strength in this place. Every hidden battle you fight is a sacred altar where your flesh is dying and your spiritual authority is being quietly forged for the future. Seeds do not grow in the bright sunshine. They require the absolute darkness of the soil to break open and develop deep, unshakable roots. What if this uncomfortable season of hiddenness is not your burial ground, but rather the perfect, nutrient-rich womb of your ultimate spiritual transformation? The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and He saves those who are crushed in spirit, holding them gently in His sovereign, loving hands. It is time to stop hiding from the one who knows you completely and start hiding in Him as your true rock and secure fortress. With a trembling hand, you open the Word, and suddenly a divine warmth fills the room, breaking the heavy spirit of heaviness that held you. The scriptures come alive, whispering directly to your situation, reminding you that His promises are still entirely true and active for your life today. You begin to speak His names into the silence, and the atmosphere shifts from a place of isolation to a glorious, holy sanctuary of praise. As you pour out your heart without holding back, you feel an invisible weight being lifted off your chest by the gentle hands of Jesus. He replaces your heavy anxiety with a peace that doesn't make logical sense, a quiet assurance that He is working behind the scenes for you. You begin to write down His faithfulness, realizing that even in the dark, His hand has been steadily guiding your steps with absolute precision. The storm outside begins to clear, mirroring the beautiful breakthrough happening deep within your spirit as you surrender your timeline to His perfect will. You realize that the enemy's strategy was to isolate you, but God's plan was to insulate you, preparing you for a massive manifestation of glory. You are no longer a victim of your hidden circumstances. You are a daughter of the Most High King, fully authorized to walk in victory. The bitter taste of your secret trials is being supernaturally turned into a sweet, life-giving oil of joy that will soon comfort many others. You see a warrior looking back at you in the mirror, a woman who went through the fierce fire and didn't even smell like smoke. God is bringing you out of the secret cave of despair and stepping you into a broad place of influence, purpose, and unprecedented favor. Every tear you cried in secret was gathered by God in a bottle, and He is about to rain them back down as blessings. The seasons of lack, confusion, and heavy loneliness are bowing down to the authority of Jesus, who declares that your restoration has officially begun. You are walking with a new holy confidence because you know exactly who holds your hand and who goes before you in every single battle. Your testimony will be that God did not fail you, that He remained true to His word even when everything else completely fell away. He is making all things beautiful in His time, and your current transformation is proof that nothing is too hard for the Lord to redeem. Rest now, sweet sister, in the beautiful knowledge that the battle has already been fought and completely won on the rugged cross of Calvary. The secret chapters of your life are being rewritten by the master storyteller, and the upcoming pages are filled with absolute joy and victory. You are becoming the woman He created you to be, strong, elegant, deeply rooted in truth, and completely unbothered by the shifting winds of life. The resolution and call to action. Your hidden season is turning into a beautiful harvest of righteousness, and you are fully equipped to step forward into your divine destiny with joy. Remember that you are never alone in your secret struggles, for the global body of sisters is standing right here in faith alongside you. Keep pressing in, keep choosing secret discipline, and watch how beautifully God unfolds your life into an incredible masterpiece of His grace. If this message brought peace to your weary soul today, please subscribe to About Becoming Better Stories and join our wonderful family of faith-filled, victorious women. I love you, sis. Walk in your divine strength today. Trust His hidden process completely, and I will see you in our very next video.